What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, bringing you my strongest team yet for Season 9. Guys, Niantic announced this season that you're going to want to start climbing early, so I decided to go ahead and put together a nice strong team instead of just running Spice. And man, this thing has been going on a rampage. I first wanted to start using Kanto Ninetales in the back just because look at these matchups. Kanto Ninetales only loses to 4 of the top 80 Mons in the Remix Cup. Just 4, and they're all ground types. So my thinking next was, okay, what else can I use to lure out these ground types, get them weak, but not necessarily take them out? And that's going to be where Melmetal with HYPERBEAM comes in. Nobody really expects HYPERBEAM from Melmetal, right? So they're not going to shield it up if they're a ground type. So I can get them very low with that HYPERBEAM, and then I can finish them off with my lead, which is going to be Whiscash. Whiscash is going to be taking out all the ground types, and it's also going to be very strong against a lot of the water types that's going to be threatening Ninetales and fighters that might threaten Melmetal. So overall, this team has gone 17-8 for me in the last 2 days. Both days, 17-8. So very strong wins, 2 days in a row. It's worked very well for me. I'm going to be going through how to play these battles, and we're going to be jumping into the battles right now. Let's get it going. Alright, so jumping on into the first battle, Whiscash is going to be up against a Drifblim lead. That's not a terrible lead for Whiscash, but as a rule of thumb, if it's not a ground, fighting, fire, or water type Pokemon, you're going to be wanting to swap out into Melmetal to try to lure out that ground type. I'm going straight for the HYPERBEAM against this Stunfisk. We did exactly what we wanted, landed the HYPERBEAM and lured out the ground type. Now I'm going to let them take me out. I really don't care, but I can go for this Rock Slide. And if they think this is a superpower, they're going to be giving up their shield. They don't. They make a great call, and now they're going to have to throw to take me out. They cannot farm me down, so that's fine by me. I mean, they don't have a lot of energy on this Stunfisk. I can come in now with my Whiscash and just commit to the farm down. Yes, they'll be able to get to a couple Mud Bombs, but the Mud Bombs are going to do basically nothing to this. I mean, look at this. First one, nothing. And at this point, I'm already in Shadow Ball range from that Drifblim, so there's no reason for me to try to preserve more health. I can just commit to the farm down, have an Blizzard ready to go for that Drifblim if they decide to come back in. They do, and I decide to go for the bait. I'm like, man, Drifblim's definitely going to shield this, right? No, they call the bait. Great call by my opponent. They are playing this match perfectly, but Ninetales is a core breaker once you get that ground type out of the way. Now, you're going to see this in a ton of battles. Ninetales is just going to really be able to rip apart teams once the ground type is gone. So yeah, I mean, Melmetal did his job. Now I'm able to pump out all these Weather Balls into this Registeel. They're not giving up their shield just yet, but I can shield up the Flash Cannon bait. Unfortunately, it was a bait, but I'm going to commit to the farm down here. Hopefully they don't get to a Focus Blast, but I'm pretty sure they're there. So I do have to shield this up. It's fine. I have an Overheat ready to launch. The Overheat will one-shot this Drifblim if they don't respect it, and if not, I'm very close to the Avalanche or Blizzard with my Whiscash. So I am coming in with Whiscash. They make a very quick throw right there, just the Icy Wind, and I'm still able to make it to the Blizzard. This Blizzard will KO this Drifblim despite the fact that I am debuffed, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. So there you have it. You lure out the ground type, you get the win. Let's look at some more examples. Up against a Shadow Venomoth lead. What a spicy lead. But I'm going to be able to stay in for a little bit and then swap out into my Melmetal. Melmetal is not going to be taking super effective from anything that this thing throws. I think everything's going to be resisted actually, so I'm not going to shield just the Poison Fang, and then they're going to be swapping out, bringing out an Empoleon. But since I had a good energy lead, I can pretend that I have superpower. I'm not running it, but they don't know that. And every Melmetal that you ever go up against is always running Rock Slide superpower, right? So I can bait it a second time here. We'll see if they want to give up their second shield. They do. They give up both shields and they throw their Hydro Cannon. So now they are out of energy. I got both shields off of them. I can come in with Whiscash, and since I farmed up that extra energy, I can immediately throw this Mud Bomb. This will be hitting them for super effective damage, and I can commit to the farm down. They will not make it to another Hydro Cannon. Look at this. I have a ton of energy. I have 2 shields, and they're going to be coming in with a Dugong. So this is how I would want alignment anyways, because of even though Kanto Ninetales beats Dugong, it's going to be even better against that Venomoth. So I'm going to be pumping out these Mud Bombs. Dugong is just disgustingly spamming with it. Here's the third Mud Bomb, and at this point they have to throw. They cannot try to farm me down. They're not going to be able to do it. I still have 2 shields. I don't even care to keep my Whiscash alive. I'm going to go ahead and eat this Icy Wind. And Whiscash, I mean, goodness gracious, survives the Icy Wind. I show my Kanto Ninetales, and they back out. That's GG's. Jumping on into the next one. Up against an Obstagoon lead. So, like I said, if you see fighters, ground, fire, or water, you do have to stay in, and this is a fighter right here. So we're having to stay in because we do not want this Obstagoon to line up with our Melmetal, and they get the boost. Guys, I don't know what's going on with Obstagoons, if I'm just unlucky or if everyone's experiencing this, but I have faced 6 Obstagoons the last 2 days as the lead. 5 of those got the boost on the very first Night Slash, and the 6th one got the boost on the second Night Slash that I threw. I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's supposed to be 1 in 10 chance. And everybody's just getting it on their first try. That's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, I'm going to let Whiscash go down, farm down with my Ninetales. They're coming in with Victini, but Victini, even though it resists this overheat, is going to hit like a truck. Takes out over half their health. Now I can come in with Melmetal, resist all the confusions, all the fast moves, and just shield up the charge moves. Of course, this will be the V-Create. V-Create's not a super cheap move, so they're not going to be able to get to another one very quickly, and they are locked in when I throw this Rock Slide. In the back, they have a Golbat. I can go for the next Rock Slide. Golbat also being weak to rock type attacks, and I'm resisting everything this Golbat throws except for the Shadow Ball. So since that first Rock Slide connected, and they know that I'm going to be able to outspam them, I think they're going to be going straight for the Shadow Ball. So I throw up a shield, and yes, it was the Shadow Ball. I can commit to the farm down at this point. They get to another move. This will not be another Shadow Ball though. This will only be a Poison Fang. It's double resisted, nothing to worry about. I'm at the, oh, I don't need the Hyper Beam, right? It's Victini. I'm at the back-to-back Rock Slides. This will easily take out Victini. They know it's over, and they just let their Victini go down. And I saw a lot of that with this team. People just being like, man, I can't beat the team. I'm not going to shield this last attack and just let me take them out. All right, into the next one, up against a Whiscash Leaf. Again, this is a ground and water type, so I don't want to see those on my back line. So I am going to be staying in, going straight for the Blizzard. It connects. Yeah, I just like going straight for the Blizzard. I do have to shield whatever they throw though, because I really don't want this to connect with my back line. So it was the Blizzard. Great shield by my part. And now I can go for the Mud Bomb. This will be enough to take them out unless they want to give up a shield. Let's see what they want to do. They decided to let Whiscash go down. They're going to come in now with Pidgeot. I can swap into Melmetal because I have 2 good answers for Pidgeot, and they're going to bring out a Shadow Kanto Ninetales. I like the pick, but I'm going to be able to pump out these Rock Slides very, very quickly. There's the first one. Here's the second one. Yeah, I was able to get ahead on energy because Pidgeot has such a long fast move with Gust, and it just gave me a ton of energy. So able to make it to a 3rd Rock Slide before they farm me down. They thought they could farm me down. No. Going to be able to take out the Ninetales, and all they have left now is Pidgeot. I can come in now with my own Ninetales, and I can just build up, go for the Overheat, and then try to go for the Blizzard with my Whiscash if they do shield it. I do shield up the potential Brave Bird here, just because I know if they one-shotted me, Whiscash would still struggle because I would have to land that Blizzard. So I'm going for the Overheat. They don't respect it, and now I can just go for the Mud Bomb. They do have a shield. They can shield up this one, but I'd be able to outpace them to another one. They know it, and again, the opponent just lets the move go through. That's going to be GG's. Moving on into the next one. Whiscash up against Blastoise. So water type, can't swap out, gotta stay in. Going to be building up, pumping out as many Mud Bombs as possible, and I'm going to be honest, I have no clue who's supposed to win this in the one shield. So I'm going to be going for the Mud Bomb here. And I figured they're probably over farming at this point already. Hydro Cannon doesn't take that long to get to. And yeah, here's another Mud Bomb. This is going to be getting them into the yellow, but I will need at least one more to connect. So I'm almost at the next one. They're throwing. I know I can definitely survive one Hydro Cannon since we're both very tanky Pokemon, but they don't let me get to the next Mud Bomb. They throw on CMP and they are able to win it. So I'm going to be going down to this Hydro Cannon, going to be Thunder Shocking them down the best I can, but look at this. They're going to be able to reach another Hydro Cannon. So that's a little unfortunate. Now I've lost Switch and I'm down on shields, but I can still just farm down. They bring out a Wigglytuff, and this is a questionable switch because of my Melmetal could beat this Wigglytuff, and it seems like they probably have a better answer for Melmetal in the back. But I do swap. I go into Kanto Ninetales, going to connect with this Weather Ball, and then I'm going to just commit to the farm down. I can shield once, It is going to be the Play Rough, which is resisted, but with the Charms and the Play Rough, they would have been able to take me out if I didn't shield. Now, they still have 2 shields, but I have 100 energy on my Ninetales. They're going to come back in with Blastoise. One Weather Ball will take out this Blastoise or get one of their shields off, but they do let it go. In the back, they have a Frostlass. Oh man, this Frostlass is not going to have a good day. I have 2 Weather Balls ready to go. The first one connects. The second one for sure will get a shield. They still have 2 shields. Either that or they're just giving up already. And look at this. I can swap now into my Melmetal, and I have back-to-back Rock Slides ready to go. All this Frostlass got to throw was 1 Powder Snow, and after that it was just 4 back-to-back charge moves, all super effective and easily taking out this Frostlass. So that's going to be GG's. Well played to my opponent. Alright, moving into the next one, up against the Cresselia lead. That's a pretty tough lead for my Whiscash, going to be building up and trying to catch the Grass Knot. It's a risky play, but it paid off this time. I mean, it worked this time. I don't know. I don't necessarily advise it. Going to be coming in now with Melmetal. They're staying in for a little while. Everybody always tries to catch the Rock Slide on their ground type. So just never throw the Rock Slide as soon as you get it. Trust me, every single game people try to catch it. So I'm able to land the Hyper Beam on the Whiscash. They have to throw to be able to take me out. Otherwise I get to the Rock Slide and that puts them very, very low. It doesn't quite take them out, especially since they were able to land the Grass Knot on me. They're able to farm me down. So I can come in now with my own Whiscash, farm up just a little bit and go for the Mud Bomb. This will be enough to take them out. No, it's not. They survive with 1 HP, able to get off their own Mud Bomb. But again, health on my Whiscash doesn't really matter because they have a Cresselia with Grass Knot. Grass Knot's going to one-shot me from any health. And oh my gosh, like how did they have this much energy on Cresselia? I did not realize. I'm going to be going for the Blizzard now. This will do a lot of neutral damage to Cresselia. Will not one-shot them, of course, but it does do a lot. I'm going to try to catch this next Grass Knot again. But yeah, I mean, they were loaded on energy. I had no clue that they had this much energy. Going for the Grass Knot, shooting up the Grass Knot, and then I'm going to try to catch on my Ninetales. They weren't quite at it that time, but I really did not want them to be able to land it. So they still throw. It is the Moonblast, still a resisted move, and here it is. Reggie's still in the back. Going to be pumping out some Weather Balls. Now, they did make a good play by throwing onto my Ninetales first because a Focus Blast would not KO a full health Ninetales, but from this range, they can KO me. So I'm going to be pumping out these Weather Balls. They are still not giving up their shields. They have 2 shields. I'm going to go down to this Focus Blast, and I have to commit to the farm down now with my Whiscash. That is my only win con, is to be able to get to 3 Mud Bombs against this Cresselia. Here's the first Mud Bomb. This will for sure get 1 shield off of them. And they sneak a Psycho Cut through on the second one. Not great, but this will get the second shield off them. Can I make it to the next Mud Bomb before they get to the Grass Knot? Yes, I can. Whiscash spamming out the meta. You love to see it. Countering a Cresselia in the 2 shield. Alright, jumping on into the next one. Whiscash up against a Shadow Eggs. I'm just calling this thing Eggs. I'm not trying to fail at it again. So up against Shadow Eggs. And Shadow Eggs is actually pretty disgusting. Like the damage output from this thing. Look at this. Seed Bomb is a horrible move. That's resisted. Still puts me into the yellow. But they have a what is this thing called? Stunfisk in the back. So I'm going to be throwing the Hyper Beam at it to get it into the yellow, and they are going to be throwing immediately. They did not want me to get to that superpower, so that will take out my Melmetal. I can come in now with my Whiscash. This Stunfisk is running the electric type move, Thunder Shock, so I don't really have to worry about any kind of fast move damage, just the Mud Shots, and the Mud Shots aren't going to be doing much, so I'm going to be building up to the back-to-back Mud Bombs. Throwing the first one. This one should go ahead and take them out, but they decided to give up a shield. I guess they didn't realize that I farmed up a little bit of energy before I swapped out, and they thought they could get to another Mud Bomb. It works for me though, because I'm able to get their shield and then take them out, and then Eggs comes back in. So I'm going to be coming in with my Kanto Ninetales. Man, that confusion damage is just absolutely disgusting from that Shadow Eggs, but they're staying in, telling me that they are weak to my Kanto Ninetales in the back. I'm going for the Weather Ball against this Jirachi. This should get the final shield, and then I can go straight for the Overheat. This is going to KO an entire galaxy of Jirachis. Boom! Get absolutely wrecked, Jirachi. GG's, well played to my opponent. Alright guys, moving into the final battle. If you've enjoyed this video so far, make sure you leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm up against a Stunfisk lead. That's a great lead for my Whiscash. Of course, it's a ground type, so I will be staying in here. They're going to be throwing a Mud Bomb and then swapping out into Charizard, so I don't really have another great answer for Charizard, so I'm going to be staying in, going for the Blizzard. They do properly shield up the Blizzard. Now I'm going to go ahead and shield here. I know, I figured it's just a Dragon Claw, but I need my Whiscash very healthy to be able to handle that Stunfisk. So now I'm going for the second Blizzard. Do they want to give up their second shield on this Charizard, or are they going to let it connect? They do go ahead and give up their second shield rather. So I'm going to come in now with my Kanto Ninetales, going to be going for the Overheat. They do get to the Blast Burn. It puts me in the yellow. And then they get to another move here. If it's another Blast Burn, then this game is just over. But luckily, it's just the Dragon Claw. I'm able to get off this Overheat, but I am at very low health, so I know they're going to be able to come in after this and just farm me down with their Stunfisk. That's not great, but it is what it is. Can I make it to the Weather Ball actually? No, not quite able to make it to the Weather Ball. Can come back in with my Whiscash now, and I can definitely survive one Mud Bomb. Cannot survive two, that's for sure. They're going to be swapping out into Golbat. That's great to see. I banked the Mud Bomb. I'm coming in with my Melmetal, going straight for the Rock Slide. This will of course hit for super effective and quite a bit of damage at that. Puts them into the red. And at this point, I'm like, man, if they bait me and then get to the Shadow Ball, that's game over. So I have to call it. And it is the Poison Fang bait. Great no shield on my part. They're building up again. This is probably the Shadow Ball. Could be another Poison Fang bait, but they do have enough energy for the Shadow Ball, and it is. So I'm able to farm them down after that. I'm only one Thunder Shock away from the Hyper Beam. I'm able to get there against this Stunfisk. This is going to do massive damage, and then my Switch Clock is up. Whiscash able to come in with the combo play. This will be enough to take out this Stunfisk, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. You can see I got a 4-1 in the final set I needed before I got my elo. And you're going to see my elo on screen here in just a second. But let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this team. Definitely let me know if you're planning on running this team. And if you don't like the team, let me know that too. I'm interested to hear what you think. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. Until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.